What did you make of last night, Reg?
Again, and you touched upon it, LeBron James had been spectacular in the NBA Finals. Just not enough. And we've been talking about this for the last 2 weeks. The Golden State Warriors, I don't see, you look at the playoffs for the next 3, 4, 5 years, all these guys are young, in their prime, with finals experience, with championships. I just don't know how any team is going to be able to beat them unless another super, super team forms. And then, even then, I don't think that'll be good enough. It was just a pleasure to watch. Look, if people want to knock KD, I saw the commercial, the Nike commercial, the gravy train, which is funny. But you got to remember, KD has never been a bad guy, and it's almost like they're trying to make him out to be the bad guy. It was a business decision. It worked out. He has a championship and many more to come. At the end of the day, that's what all the media and fans talk about. Well, how many rings does he have? They always want to compare everyone to Russell and Jordan and those guys. It's all about rings. Personally, would I have done this route? No, but you're talking to a guy for 18 years that has nothing to show for it. No jewelry. Would I have gone that route? No. But 10 years into the league, I see where KD is. I see where his head is. I get it, and I'm happy for him. And he's going to win many more championships on this team because they are loaded and powerful, and they get it done at both ends of the floor. They are superbly coached by Steve Kerr. I'm happy for him. If anyone I'm happy for on the Warriors, it's Steve Kerr because he has battled a lot. And I know how hard and time that he has put in, and to have this back injury, I really have felt for him and his family. And just by talking to him away from the court, it really hurt him. And to have him, and you saw the real tears in his eyes, that is the one guy I'm really happy for.
Is it good for the league that Golden State is going to be great for the next couple of years?
Nope. It's going to be boring. I'm going to call it. It's going to be terrible. I mean, they are head and shoulders above everyone else. They will be teetering on 70 wins every year. The only thing that can trip up the Golden State Warriors are the Warriors and health if someone gets hurt. But they're all so young, and they all want to play, and they all work so hard. People need to understand how hard KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond, they don't get to see the practices. These guys are vicious in practice, and they're only going to get better. They're all in their 20s, so it will not be great for the league because they are going to be destroying the league. Now, look, I said they're going to be teetering on 70 wins. They'll probably win 65 to 70. There'll be complacency games when they just don't care. But how are you going to beat them in a 7-game series? You have to beat them 4 times. And when they have the best record in that building with those fans, with that shooting, with that defense, lights out. Unless another super team, comes out of nowhere, which I don't see that happening.
All right, so what's Cleveland do in the offseason?
I don't know what they can do. And look, LeBron James was to me he's solidified why for the last 10+ years he's been the best player on the planet. But it just wasn't enough. J.R. Smith showed up last night, but that was only one game. You and I, we always talk about in playoff series, every game takes a new life. It's a new twist, yes. But themes are always formed in game one. To me, the theme was formed in this series. I really believe the Cavs gave the Golden State Warriors way too much respect. And it came from LeBron James talking about it's an uphill climb. We're going to do our best. I've never gone against a team with this much firepower. You can't have your best player saying those things to those guys in the locker room and letting them read that and hear that. You've got to be talking like, I don't care who they are. Let's go out and get these guys. And they showed that in Game 3, which they weren't able to close. We saw what happened in Game 4 with the blowout and making threes. But the theme of them giving them too much credit in Game 1, we saw that in Games 1 and 2 that were blowouts. you've got to have a disdain for your opponent. And they got that, but they got it too late. They got it in games 3 and 4, and they showed a little bit of it in game 5, but it's I don't know what they can do. I don't know who they can get. I mean, everyone's talking about Paul George. I hope he doesn't leave Indiana. I don't see him leaving Indiana, but, the Lakers are a suitor. Obviously, they're talking about him in Cleveland, but they need help because that was a gentleman's sweep. Really.
Yeah.
It really was a gentleman's sweep.
What about Klay Thompson? I guess he's the guy that I want to keep an eye on being satisfied there because now
Right.
he's moved down the totem pole here. And I know that you can go and be the man some other place and get your 25 or 30 a night, but you couldn't. This is your route to the Hall of Fame. You're going to play on this team, and you're going to have fun. You're going to get your 20 points. You're going to play great defense, and you're going to win titles. You go to the Hall of Fame with that, not by being the man on the 76ers.
I agree. And it's one thing to be the man on the team with nothing to show for it. You're talking to one. So sit back, enjoy this ride. I will say this. If you're Bob Myers and the Golden State Warriors, you probably can get a lot for Klay Thompson too. But, I mean, he is such a big part defensively. He may not have shot the ball great throughout these playoffs, but defensively, I thought he did a great job throughout the rounds guarding the best perimeter guard on the opposing teams.
Can they keep everybody together, Reg, monetarily?
I don't know because you have Steph coming up as well and KD, I believe, in another couple of years.
But they're going to be two $35 to $40 million guys a year.
You've got the TV revenue, which is going to help, and plus you're moving into their new building in, I believe, 3 seasons from now, and that's going to be a cash cow. And you are the number 1 viewed team in the world. You are the Chicago Bulls now. I mean, you draw that type of attention, especially on the road. So, look, if you're the owners, yeah, you got to ride this gravy train. Why break it up? I felt, for whatever reasons, the Bulls should have won 8 in a row. I know Mike wanted to play baseball and all, but if he never would have retired for that 1.5 years, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kenny Smith may not have titles, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's safe to say that. I know they went out and earned them, but you can make a case. You can make a case.
Talking to Reggie, joining us on loan from Turner Sports, of course, the Hall of Famer. What did the Celtics do with this window of opportunity? Because it's not completely open because Cleveland is still the team to beat in the East, but Boston is going to add another younger player when it feels like they need Paul George as much as Cleveland does, if not more.
I think you really have to assess the landscape of the talent of this draft, which I think it is a very good and deep draft. It's guard heavy. But you have to assess the talent. Do you build with these 18, 19-year-olds going forward, knowing probably the window for Cleveland with LeBron James, I would say, 3 to 5 years, because LeBron is still spectacular? Or do you package that number 1 pick for some veterans to try to go after that number 1 spot, which you got this year, but you weren't able to finish it, and really compete with the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James? If you're Danny Ainge, you really have to assess that. Fultz obviously is being rumored as that number 1 pick. You hear Lonzo Ball, you hear Jackson from Kansas. Do you want to build through the draft? They also have a lot of money. They have cap space where they can go out and probably, get a free agent or two. So if you're a Boston Celtics fan, you're sitting in a great position. The question is, how quickly do you want to get to the mountaintop and win the East? Because right now, everything, as it's always been, goes through Cleveland and LeBron. But the window is shortening. But if LeBron is averaging the dude averaged a triple-double in the finals.
I know.
He averaged a triple-doubles in the finals, and people are knocking that. Are you serious? 30 points in a triple-double. Are you serious?
We were bringing this up. Something that may never happen in our lifetime is a rookie winning the finals MVP. When you go back to Magic Johnson as a rookie winning the finals MVP, I can't imagine a rookie getting the opportunity to go to a team that may go to the finals and at age 18 or 19 even being ready to do that as well. So we were wondering about that with Magic, and would somebody be able to do that?
The rookie would have to be a 3 or 4 year letterman in college and then go to one of those teams like a Boston that's playoff ready and that's on the verge of greatness. I don't think an 18 or 19 the days of Magic Johnson are over. That was a different era, and obviously Magic is a different type of bred player. I don't see a rookie being able to carry a team, let alone a playoff series. I mean, think of the play of Kevin Durant. Think of the play of Steph Curry, and obviously we mentioned LeBron James and the triple-double averaging during the – think of an 18 or 19-year-old being able to do that, let alone the regular season, 82 games, and then with the highest stakes come playoff time.
Well, Magic was 20 at the time when he MVP.
And 2 years. He was 2 years at Michigan State. Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
So I just don't see an 18 or 19-year-old doing that. To me, I think it will be a rookie that's played 3 or 4 years in college and then steps into a ready-made team. But I personally do not see that in today's age.
You got any summer plans?
I do not. I'm going to wait for the draft. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to get on my mountain bike, and I'm just going to enjoy it. That's it. Maybe come to Connecticut, hang out with you.
No, you're not coming here.
Oh, by the way, I did see your boy. I went to the premiere of Cars 3.
Who's my boy?
And Adam Sandler.
Oh, you did?
Oh, he is your boy. I would assume you're in all his movies.
Yeah.
I would assume you guys.
I got a lot of boys.
Yes. Okay.
All
well,
right. So you saw
Adam told me to tell you hello. And what's the next project? Because I know he was working on a project that you were going to be in. And
yeah,
stuff.
this summer.
I'll be sure to tell DP. He's like, tell my boy, Daniel Patrick.
Do you want to be in a movie?
I do not.
You do not?
I do not.
Okay.
Though you are very good in all those movies, I might add. I'm not trying to stroke you at all, but you are pretty funny. I don't know if you took acting classes or not, but you are pretty good there, Theodore. I got to give you credit.
I watched you when you tried to draw those fouls, and that's how I became a good actor.
Yes, well, then you should be getting your Oscar very soon because I did that probably better than
you did. You did it. You were doing it before Duke basketball was doing it.
That is true. It's an art form.
Yes, it is.
But now you get technical fouls and things for that now. So there's no use for it now.
He's Reggie Aloysius Miller Jr. III. Thank you again for all the fun this season. It's amazing that it's done. But
Theodore,
we'll be in touch.
I love it. I thank you. I always love coming on here and hooting it up with you and the Danettes. It's truly a pleasure of mine that we've reconnected over these years. It was a great year. Again, I don't know who's going to challenge these guys. They're young. And they're hungry. KD wants, 4 or 5? And he has a shot to get it, too.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Have a great summer, bud. I'll be in touch.
You're the best, Theodore Danette.
Thanks.
Truly the best.
That's Reggie Aloysius Miller Jr. III.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.